Evening, everybody. Here we go. Norwich City, our Premier League. That feels very good to say, doesn't it? What a stream we had last night, to be honest. It's Wednesday evening. As you know, we have but 4 games to play in the Championship, and that is all because tonight we plan for the top table. Hopefully, we plan for the title with Norwich City in the Championship. That's right, everybody. It is Norwich City. Look at that. 96 points so far, right? We've got, how many games have we got left? How many games have we got left, chat? We've got 4 games left. Nottingham Forest, former employers Bolton, former narrative writers Sunderland, and Crystal Palace. That is what is going to define whether we win the title or not. Sunderland, of course, currently second. They are, as I say, 3 points behind us, so it's not guaranteed we're going to win the title, of course. That could maybe see where we go towards the end of the season, but hopefully those next 4 games will be fun. We got promoted last night. We officially in the Premier League. We have £40 million to spend next year. We've already been given the budget, whereas here, this is the initial budget, is £39.14 million. Nomadic Strikers in, welcome. Ali's in, welcome. Evening, Inky, how are you? As Bobby says, imagine if we get a job offer. Imagine. I mean, look, just we could have a little look around. Let's just see what there is on the horizon. I mean, Dundee United, where's Scotland? Has anyone heard of Scotland before? That's interesting. Watford, of course, in the Championship. Luton, Swansea, Enfield, and Worthing. So there's not really much out there that we want right now, but you never know. The t-shirt, by the way, look at that. Look, we're now currently, this is how good these guys are. This Norwich City team are now as good as the Peterborough team. They've got us to the promised lands of the Premier League. Let's see what we're going to do with them, shall we? We were superb last night. We were playing incredible football, scoring goals all over the place, and Simon Tipple now wants a new contract. Simon Tipple can have whatever he wants because he was playing exceptional. Plus, of course, he works for SI, so he basically gets a new contract straight away. You know, that's kind of how that one works, isn't it? He's on 24 grand a week now, is he? He's currently on 21, so I'm guessing 40 maybe, 44. Let's see if he'll do 40. That seems reasonable. He's a Premier League player now. 40 grand, there you're done. Just throw money around at everybody. It's gonna be amazing. The Brighton job's insecure, is it? Well, the thing is, Brighton might well be insecure, but they are going down. But bear in mind, we actually bought Evan Ferguson from Brighton, and he's got 8 goals in 12 games. What a signing he's actually proven to be. We weren't 100% sure about whether to go for him or not, but we thought, you know what, let's just go for it. When the transfer window was just about closing, my word, he's totally justified his selection. Some great goals as well, to be honest. Let's not be around the bush. He scored some belters. Everyone else has just settled in really nicely. Loads of green for sort of our average ratings. Our training's pretty good. Conditions pretty decent. You have a new contract. Everyone gets a contract. Exactly. Like, we'll get to the Premier League and we'll bankrupt the club before we get there. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. As RC saying there, we are Premier League. We are Premier League. Gavin Bazunu sadly is not going to perform for us this season, so he's injured now, so he's going to sit out. Bit of a shame. Edouard Michoud. I like the look of this guy, by the way. I like the look of him. I like the cut of his jib. But then again, he's 27, so is he Premiership quality? I'm not. Maybe now I've realised he's 27. Possibly not. Use that Premier League money wisely. Well, Jackie Girardet. Would you come on loan? Maybe. We don't know. We'll have to see. Eric Henriksen looks pretty handy for a fullback at 23. Crossing and dribbling, not so much, but everything else is fairly good, to be honest. He's only 23, Norwegian. Can't really jump, though. I suppose that's an issue, but we'll keep our eyes on him as well. Sol Buckley. Ray Hyam, of course, we've previously had him at Everton. Arezzo is a possibility. Arezzo is a possibility. I mean, I don't know whether he's done anything bad in real life. I think he might have done some bad stuff actually in real life, so maybe we don't look at Arezzo. Someone needs to confirm that for me, whether is he a bad man or not. Leon King still floating around. Jason Knight, Todd Cantwell. Imagine if we bring him back, that would be interesting. Or maybe we just stick with what we've got. Maybe we do some loans. Maybe we just try and, I don't know, sprinkle a little bit of magic in this team, because I think there's actually a half decent side there. Now, whether it's going to be the I don't know whether it's going to be a sort of Ian and Jimmy Chunga, welcome. Jimmy Chuga, sorry. Hope you all. We're just discussing whether we're going to win, how we're going to spend the Premier League title money, to be honest. And I don't think there's a massive amount that we need to change. I think probably midfield would be where we're probably going to spend the most of our cash. Welcome in, by the way, Jimmy, for being the first time in. This is, it's incredibly welcome. It's very, very nice to have you. We're just finishing the end of season 9. We were at Norwich City. We've started off at Brackley. We went to York, and then Bolton, then Norwich, and then obviously now we are currently looking for the title in the Championship to then go to the Premier League. That's what we're hoping for. So it's been a long time coming, but we've enjoyed ourselves, and then again we'll get into the Premier League for hopefully the back end of tonight's stream. So it should be quite good fun. Sportsman, just listen to the new podcast. Canny like Canny, excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you haven't listened to the podcast, of course, it did come out today. And I've given it the wrong shortlist, haven't I? The Football Manager Show, not the Manager Football Show. So there you go. Yeah, first episode number 1 has dropped. Myself and RDF talking to Andrew Sinclair from Sports Interactive, getting a little bit of an insight onto some of the new features that are coming on the game. Sounds very, very good. Excellent. Hello, HC. Heard we are Premier League. Yes, we are. We are Premier League. We have 4 games left in the Championship, but we've already secured automatic promotion, and we're just literally working out whether we're going to win the title or not now. So fingers crossed for a title party tonight. Haven't heard it yet. Forgot it came out. We'll try and listen to it tomorrow. Hey, no worries. All I see, there's no rush. You listen to it at your leisure. There's going to be more than enough time for you to play a catch up on these episodes. They will, of course, drop every single Wednesday. We're currently working on the YouTube content as well, so there'll be some YouTube versions of the podcast coming out as well, because there is a YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you about that yet, or whether I'm allowed to give you the link. I'm not sure. I should probably ask that. Let me see if I can get an answer on that now, because if we can get an answer on it, then you guys can follow the YouTube channel. There you go. We've asked the question. Let's see what we got. Did we just get relegated? No. So what's happened, Jimmy, is we're starting what we call a story hunter save. So it's essentially just it's basically a journeyman, right? We started unemployed. We went to Brackley in the National League North first of all. Then we went to we had 4 seasons there. We missed out on the playoffs twice. We were bad one season. We got to the playoff semi-finals the final season. Then we moved to York City. They were relegated into the National League North. We won the playoffs with them. Then we won the playoffs for the National League. So we got them into the Football League. So back-to-back promotions. Then we jumped up to the Championship after about 12 games in the League 2 to Bolton. We kept them in the division. Then we stabilised the club a little bit. Then there was a little bit of dissent in the club. So we left for Norwich, who were second bottom when we took over. We finished 11th last season. And then this season we've got an absolute tear up. We're currently top with 4 games to go. So it's been quite a turnaround, to be honest. It's been quite a turnaround. Miss of the season, Bulby. Was that what, on this stream or in real life? There are, of course, games on tonight, so we'll do keep us posted with those scores. Well cleared. Wanted to watch the tactic bit on YouTube, was confusing the RDF. Yeah, that's sort of why we're trying to put stuff on YouTube. Adam Ida, again, that's his 30th goal of the season. He's just banged them in for fun only this year. It's obviously it's one of those things where I think if you watch the tactics bit, it makes a lot more sense than listening to it as a description. But yes, joined in for just in time for celebrations. Indeed, you have, Jimmy. Welcome, by the way. So yeah, let us know who you're supporting in real life, Jimmy, or who you're managing on FM, or who you're looking forward to managing on FM 23. So as I say, it's a pleasure to have people in. Hit the post about 3 yards out. One of my strikers. Oh, okay, I've literally missed that. Here's me busy explaining what's going on. I'm not even paying attention to the game. Yeah, we've got a good community as well, by the way, Jimmy. So you've joined in the right time, and everyone's going to be incredibly nice to you to welcome you into the fold. So it's a pleasure having new people in. Absolutely, as RC says, let us know who you support. We're all friends around here. We don't sort of do current savers. Kettering in the championship. We like you. We like you already. You've definitely got our sort of vibe. Oh, boy, Ida heads it over the top. Ali's currently managing Albaya myself. Oh dear. Oh, Ali, I nearly fell for it. This is what happens around here. Yeah. But yeah, this is where we are then. 99 points now. 3 more games. We're going to break the 100. Don't say it too loudly, Tony. Don't say it too loudly. I think we're going to break the 100. You want to do 1860 Munich? Back-to-back titles in Germany for FM23. I like that. I like that a lot. Good finish, Brendan Kelly. Also just joined the Discord, didn't we? Had one. Oh yes, RC. Yeah, Discord's good, man. We've got a load of nice people in there. Tactics discussion, FM23 chat, stuff about coffee, stuff about cookery and baking. So we've got it all. Health and fitness, mental health, technical stuff. Limo. How the devil are you, buddy? Welcome in. It's only one of your favourite draft champions in the house. Welcome, Mossy Log. Sorry, appreciate the follow. Very kind. How are you, Limo? Hope life's treating you well. It's the Road to Legends champion, the man who broke Stinger's heart. Many men have broke Stinger's heart. Limo's just another one in a long line. Hope you're well, my man. Hope you're well. Have you managed to finish the Everton save? Did you get the quadruple over the line? I know you were going again, weren't you, after the bottle job towards the back end of last season? So hopefully you got it fixed. Stinger's the bridesmaid and nothing else. I think Stinger's getting to a point when he's not even going to be invited to the evening do. So, but I love Stinger. I love him to bits. What'll happen? He'll win one, and then he'll go on an absolute tear up, and no one's going to be able to catch him. He has to. Eventually, it has to work. Surely. Coming to the end of the season, the Premier League and the Champions League are in sight. Oh, this is what it's all about. Limo, getting their hands on that title. Sunderland have lost their game. Oh, Jimmy's already, Jimmy. You have endeared yourself to the fans here. You've already kept your eye out on the Sunderland score. That's 6 points gap now. Here we go. The title is incoming now. This is possibly going to happen. Oof, it's getting exciting. This is what we do, by the way. We do last day of the season drama around here, Jimmy. It's all exciting. 4-4-2. That's the only way to play. Any save. Limo knows. If you muck about, why would you? Look at this, Limo. Look at this. You'll like this. 4-4-2. There we go. We're not messing around with this either. This is what's got us 99 points. You know, why would you do anything else? Like, you know, I'm bringing the 90s back. They should never have left. You know, we've had asymmetric formations, but they're still technically 4-4-2s if you think about it. So we're up now against our former employers, Bolton, who I'm pretty sure they are safe. Yeah, they're safe. They're 20 points clear of Barnsley. They can't go down. Hope to get a PC next year, says Ball B, so I can get playing on FM X, because you're on the Xbox at the minute, aren't you? I think, if I remember correctly. So yes, see if you can get a PC. That'll be pretty handy, because from what I've heard and what I've read about FM23, obviously they've gone through the features stuff. We mentioned it on the podcast today, talking with Sports Interactive about it. It's properly got my appetite where I am ready to go now. Like, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm like, gimme. Jimmy is a Sunderland fan in real life and a season ticket holder. Don't announce Sunderland defeats, please. To be honest, though, Sports Mad, like, even in this bit, like even if this bit it feels like Sunderland done it, getting this close and then still being like, oh yeah, we got 96 points and it wasn't enough. Like, it couldn't be any more Sunderland, could it? 2 points for automatic promotion. So a win here. Oh, sorry, for yourself there in Kettering. What have we got here? Injury to Barr. He's out for 3 to 6 weeks. He's been pretty good this season, but he's I think he's probably one of the players that we maybe look to replace. I think him and Baptiste, actually. Baptiste, of course, is 31. So I think we got 32, sorry. So I think we are going to have to replace him, and he's out of contract as well. But Barr, actually, he's 26. He could maybe play again. Maybe keep him. Maybe keep Barr for another year. Obviously, we have to try and replace him now. Do we put Howarth in or do we put Baptiste in? You know what? Howarth's the future. He can go in there. There we go. Kylie's coming out as well. Ewins, the horse. They're both going to be rested. I feel like we should maybe put the horse on the. Maybe put the horse on the bench. Can we? Not sure. Maybe there's a little bit too many lone players, possibly. Hold team meeting as we can secure the title. No, we are not touching a team meeting at all. We are not doing anything. We just lads, go out and do what you have to do. Okay, the suits are ironed. Champagne's on ice. We're going to celebrate at the University of Bolton Stadium. In fact, actually, I think it's the Nat Lofthouse Stadium, isn't it? Because remember that we did actually change things. We got a new stadium when we were managing at Bolton. Ironically, the stadium they built was ever so slightly smaller than the stadium they were playing in, which makes no sense at all. But this is FM. It doesn't need to make sense. Here we go then. This is the team that's going to go and hopefully lift the trophy for us today. So we've got Plug in goal, Sam Redmond, Simon Tipple, Jorge Hargreaves, Thompson Brown, Afori, Dam, Howarth, Stanton, Ferguson and Ida. That's the team that's done the business all season. Ian Sittle is on the bench. He's obviously been a big part for us as well, so he's probably going to come on to get a medal as well. What we need to look out for, Johnny Kenny, of course, but Doyle, the Azeri defender, Demirov. But other than that, it's not much of what we left behind, is it? There's not a lot of what left behind. Here we go then. 2 points to seal the deal. We are going to break the 100, surely. We have to. There's 3 games to go. Surely we can't get no points, right? Here's Howarth. Here's Ferguson. Stanton gets the byline, pulls it back. Ida off the post. Afori heads over the top. Oof. Nervy already. Obviously, in classic FM fashion, we're expecting Bolton to score first, aren't we? That's what we're expecting, right? Swarming all over us. Afori back to good ball. There's Redmond, powers through. You know who's at the end. Adam Ida heads it in. Jimmy Chuga in with a follow. Jimmy, you're the good luck charm. You know what this means. Redmond with the cross in. Ida with the header. If he doesn't get it, Stanton's at the back post. He's going to slot it in. We've played 5 minutes, and the chants are Championis ringing around the Nat Lofthouse Arena. Because that currently, where's Sunderland? Sunderland, I think, have just scored. It's 1-1. Sunderland went a goal down against Birmingham. Embleton's pulled one back. So we're all keeping our eyes on the Sunderland score. Jimmy's already got it. I've got the Sunderland score, Gaffer. Don't worry about that. I'm on. Peterborough losing. 1-0. All we have to do is just keep ourselves there. 1-0. We're okay. Tipple's looking angry. Hargreaves, we might look to potentially move off. Stanton possibly. Keep our eyes peeled on a couple of people just as they're maybe starting to lose a bit of their conditioning. You know, starting to tire. Jimmy loves it, doesn't he? He's straight in, like he's already put himself onto like one of the top tiers. Like, I'm fine, I'm in. Where's it gone? Don't worry, I'll scroll it back down. There's been goals elsewhere in the league, so has moved down a little bit. Ida with the ball. There's Stanton. Back post. Ooh, Ferguson. Ferguson's heads it over the top. Sunderland still 1-1 there. Jimmy. 2-1 Birmingham. Ube Reid has been sent off as well for Sunderland. Sunderland are down to 10 men. It's very rare I'll celebrate a Sunderland defeat, especially one to Birmingham City. Not that I've got a thing against Birmingham, obviously, but yeah, it's rare. It's very rare we'll celebrate a Sunderland defeat, but it's the one that's going to give us the title, I'm afraid. Sorry, Sports Mad. Oh, that would have been a hell of a goal. That got in. A 4. He's going to ping it in. Heads away up the Brums, says HC. Up the Bellingham Brummies. I mean, yeah. Look, as a former Villa fan, right? You know, I feel as though it's my. I feel as I should hate Birmingham, but I just don't. I've got no feelings towards Birmingham. You know, they're just another football team. They're nothing. I'm not. They don't get under my skin. Like, I'm not from the area, so I can't feel any sense of anger towards them or you know, displeasure. So, you know, it's fine. I'm all for it. I'm cool with that. Who do I support now? I'll probably Sunderland, I would say, Jimmy. I'll probably go back to local allegiance. Garley with his header in the last minute. Have Bolton stopped us winning the title at their place? That would be brilliant. This would be like peak narrative. But you know, if Gerrard goes, then maybe we'll go back to Villa. But yeah, at the minute we've got no interest right now. He's miles off, ref. He's miles off. Thank you. Who won the Friendly Cup in the 2 fixtures this season, Norwich or Sunderland? I'll let Tony. You need the success at the end of the year. That's the thing. It all comes down to that, doesn't it? It's just friendly trophies. So, have we done it? I don't think we did it, actually. I don't think we did it. We have. We've won it. We've won the title. Looking around going, did we do it? Sunderland lost, sadly. That's it there. It says Norwich win Sky Bet Championship. The trophy is ours. There we go. What about that? Nobody would have predicted that. Nobody would have predicted it. At the start of the season, it wasn't a thing, right? It wasn't a thing. Nobody was going, oh yeah, we'll win the title. But then I did say, very, very early on, I was like, you know what? This is a thing. This is a thing. Like, we could do this maybe. And I didn't want to say it too loudly because I was like, we're probably going to balls it up, but we've gone and done it. We've gone and done it. We've not just gone up, but we've actually won the title. And that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good, to be honest. Well happy with that, just flooding the Discord with bits of stuff. It looks like as well, and you've probably seen this actually as part of the headline features for FM23. All of this is now in like a dynamic story timeline for your save. So you know, like when we sort of post these things out, Sunderland are gonna have to give us a guard of honor. This is what's gonna happen. So Carrow Road is all decked out in like championship regalia, and Sunderland are going to have to welcome us to the pitch. Right, here you go. Look, we're going to have a celebratory ale. This is one we found in a beer shop recently. Das ist Techno Sex. So we're going to try that. I think it's a Scottish brewery actually. So here's our celebratory championship ale. Oh, it's very sour. It's sour. Oh, it's all right actually. It's all right. It gets you in the taste buds. I wasn't expecting it being like that. It's like a Citra hop. But yeah, no, it's very nice. But as I say, I wasn't expecting being hit with like pineapple straight away. But there we go. We've got it now. So championship match now. Looks like a monster. I mean, it's just a normal, like a can of Monster. That's right. Yeah, like no, officer. It's fine. I can drive. I like the sort of the reflective can. I'm easily swayed, aren't I? I'm easily swayed with marketing nonsense. I would love us to sign Carlos Valderrama, but not for 67 grand a week. But jumping reach of 18, heading of 13, 6'5", you know, and he's called Carlos Valderrama. Why could we not want him? Tony does like shiny things. Yeah, absolutely. So, this is what we need to think then. Now that we know Ian Sitall's out for the final couple of games as well. Final game of the season with Kettering. Yes, keep us up to date with the scores on this. We need to know how your team's getting on, Jimmy. This is how we play. Look at that. That is overperforming, right? That is overperforming. I think we're doing decent. Loads of crosses, really accurate crosses. No one else is getting the ball out wide as much as we are, or the ball put in the box as much as we are. We're defending really well. We're not tackling very much. We are blocking a lot though, intercepting, which is really good. Our passes are creeping up as well. Loads of that sort of like just inside our own half, which is where we want to hit on the break. And then look at that for attacking. 15 shots a game, 91% pass completion, 29.9% cross completion, 10 dribbles a match, 49% shots on target. That's pretty good. As I say, we've now got Sunderland, and then we've got Crystal Palace, and then we get the yes. I've genuinely never had this before. I've genuinely never seen this before. This is the first time this has ever happened to me, right? And I love that. I love it. Beautiful stuff. Jorge Hargreaves, signed from West Ham, right? He obviously, he'd been there for a while. He's decided that he's come to Norwich. He's been that happy at Norwich that he said, you know what? This is who I am. And he's come out. And I love that. I know it's happened on loads of other people's games, loads of other people's saves. So big up Jorge Hargreaves. This is the guy. This is the guy we're going to put everything onto now. And of course, he's reported in The Athletic, which is fantastic journalism, by the way, and definitely a company I would wholeheartedly support. They make such interesting things as the Football Manager show, so do go and have a look at that. But awesome, I've never seen that before, genuinely never. I love that, brilliant. Oh, what a great end to the season. That's made me feel really happy. That's never happened in any of my saves either, RC. Like, I almost clicked past it at first. I was like, oh, there we go, that's pretty good. Oh, no, wait, no, I need to see that. So yeah, let's get that. We'll clip that part of the stream and we'll put that out. I'm certainly going to post it out as a tweet. That's lovely, genuinely lovely. So yeah, there we go. This is the end of the FM22 cycle. That 100% will continue into FM23. It definitely will do. There we go. Look at this. Commercial revenue boost expected. The club is likely to see an increase in revenue from shirt sales and other commercial streams after Jorge Hargreaves publicly came out as gay in a recent interview. Adam Ida's shirt is currently the club's biggest seller amongst the supporters, and though Jorge Hargreaves' shirt sales have now increased, Ida is expected to remain the best seller over the course of the season. Last season we sold 14,000 shirts. Currently 12,000. So what happened, Jimmy? You've missed it. What happened is Jorge Hargreaves, right? This is the defender we bought in January for £8 million from West Ham. The season's finished. He's comfortable enough to come out as gay. Fucking love that. That's brilliant. It's never happened. Never ever happened on a save for me before. And yeah, it's been class. Absolutely class. So there we go. It's a little Easter egg that's in there, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy. There we go. What a proper end of season bounce that is. It's brilliant. Well, that's right. Cheered me up that. Okay, come on then, Sunderland. Let's see what happens now, shall we? Yeah, you get your score updates on the go. You don't mind us. You go and do what you need to do. I haven't had one of those yet. Such a cool touch. You're absolutely regular guy. As I say, first time I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm aware it happens, but I've never seen it. But yeah, I'm really pleased to see it, because I'm like, yeah, that's good, really good. So it's a bit too conceited to give him the captain's armband for this match, so we'll just let him go and let his football do the talking. 2 months in your save left, so fingers crossed. Absolutely. As I say, I think this must have been in since, I want to say, maybe FM 19, maybe FM 18, possibly, maybe even before that. And I've never seen it. I've seen loads of people tweet out about it before, and it's brilliant. But yeah, first time it's ever come up in one of my saves. And also first time it's come up in one of my saves for my own player as well, which I don't suppose they'd let you know about if a player that wasn't yours. Oh, Zonarek has scored. We're 1-0 down. Come on, Norwich. We're champions. Let's play like champions. We can take our foot off the gas a little bit, you know. Sunderland have had to really push us all season to get to this point, you know what I mean? We've got 102 points in the bank. That's what it's taken to win the championship. 102 points. It's ridiculous. Great ball. Stanton. Ida heads it over the top. I thought Ferguson's playing canny handy, to be honest, when he's turned up. So I'm saying 102. We're still only on 100. We were on 102, but we let it slip, didn't we, against Bolton? Forgot about that. 1-0 to Kettering. Come on, Jimmy, you've got this. In the same way we should. 7 shots to Sunderland's 3. I think Sunderland have got us, haven't they? They've figured us out a little bit. Jack Plays, welcome in, Jack. How are you? Appreciate the raid as always, buddy. Lovely to see you. How's the stream? You've joined us as we are champions of the championship. We're currently on 100 points. We've just won the league in the last match. We're playing Sunderland now, who are finishing second. Ball over the top. Stanton's racing through. Stanton has put it wide. He normally puts those in the bottom corner. Very, very surprising to see him do that. That's ridiculous. Not seen that happen before from him in that sense. So, yeah, we need to see a little bit more from the team. See what happens, but yeah, we've been excellent all season. This, of course, is just a... We're allowed to have a little blip at the end, right? It's been a long season. Everyone's tired. Afori. Ida. Oh! I mean, Lavinia, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to celebrate that, but we kind of have to, don't we? This is, again, Sportsman will back me up on this. This is a classic Sunderland moment here. Like, oh, you got to feel sorry for the guy. Got to feel sorry. Ida's hit the post. It's bounced back out and it's just hit Lavinia. And in the net goes. Poor fella. 1-1 now. Here's Redmond. Here's Afori. Paul axed. Surely that was a free kick. Is the ref going to go back and book him? Don't think so. Tipple all the way out to Thompson Brown. Charges forward Stanton. He's away. Oh, he's up in the air. Lavinia, he's had a terrible second half. 10 minutes ago, he conceded an own goal. Now he's been sent off. And now it's Sunderland 10 men, Norwich 11 men. Tipple straight at Fisher. Can we turn the screw now? See what we've got. Here's Ida. There's Stanton. He's away. Get there. Pulls it back. No, it's cleared. Only to as far as the Norwich shirt, though. There's Redmond. Baptiste. Ferguson. Stanton. Oof. Figured he'd have a go. And why not? Why not, indeed? Let's give Jed Spence a run out, actually. I'm bringing on the pitch some pies from the Roker Pie Shop to celebrate the end of the season. You got to do it, mate. Got to do it. As long as you've got enough pies for everybody. The horse is coming on. He's going to get a run out. Second goal, 82nd minute. I think of gain promotion. Yes, Jimmy. Love this. Love this. Love the fact that you're celebrating at the same time we are. We're going to draw. We're going to draw with Sunderland. Not quite the result we wanted, but it's fine. It's all right. It's a point. Still unbeaten. Still champions. Still 101 points. Last game of the season at home. We now have to travel to Crystal Palace. And then we get the notepads out. Start planning for life in the Premier League. Life in the Premier League. Who'd have thought? And the problem we've got as well is that because the beater's probably only a couple of weeks away, Jimmy's won. Jimmy's won. Get in, Jimmy. Well in, mate. There you go. Big silent celebrations for Jimmy. He's joined us in the Premier League as well. Second in the Championship. One of us. One of us. Right, what are we reckoning then? Crystal Palace away. through all these scout reports here. We don't need these scout reports. Local club is named professional club to support Man United instead. Oh, of course, yeah, we were talking about local clubs there, weren't we? Who's your local club at the other side of the world then? Let's find out about that. Let's find out. So we'll work out where you're from as well. Takapuna AFC in Auckland. Oh, okay. Okay, New Zealand's in the house. Nice. Now, where's Auckland? Is Auckland... I'm gonna say it's Auckland West. I'm terrible with geography, I must admit. I've got cousins who live in Dunedin. I think that's in the South Islands, isn't it? North Islands. I mean, I literally had four islands to pick from, and you know, I was always going to be way out. They would be a great team to manage. Takapuna. Is the New Zealand League in FM? It's probably in the World League expansion pack, isn't it? We should really get that downloaded. Give that a go. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Because we did the A League in Australia last year as part of the Discord challenge. We liked that. Some of us liked that. Some people didn't like it. I thought the A League was a lot of fun. We did a what's it called? A wedding day challenge. So you had to have something. Was it something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue? So you had an old player had to be someone over the age of 32. Something new was a youngster, I should say, sorry, who was 17 or 18, I think it was. Something borrowed was obviously you had to get a player on loan, and someone blue was you had to sign a player from a team who wore a predominantly blue kit. So it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I did enjoy Australia. It was great. So Ida just can't stop scoring goals. Gets us another one against Palace. 104 points. 104. We're going to finish 10 points clear of Sunderland potentially. They're losing again, sports mad. Like, this is proper Sunderland. This couldn't be more Sunderland. 94 points and still not winning the title. They're 9 points clear of the team in third place. Any other year they'd win the title, bar this year. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Here we go, Ferguson. Ooh. Thought he played a decent ball through. He's getting booed as well because he played for Brighton, probably getting booed. see. Ooh, over the top. Over the top. That's fine. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. No issues here. Used to it, man. As long as we beat Wigan on Saturday with all those ex-Sunderland players. Yeah. Get past Wigan. That's like this is the thing. Like, this is what a weird life now, isn't it? Just like, as long as we beat Wigan. No one's ever said that before, have they? Let's make a couple of changes here, shall we? And actually, you know what? Let's take Sam Redmond off for Jed Spence, and then Borges can go in for Brighter Forey. There you go. There's the 3 changes. The thing with Ketter inside his saves has been 13 seasons of battling as underdogs every time, so this is deserved. This is what it's about, isn't it? This is what it's about. Steph Mew, appreciate the follow. Very kind, thank you for that. Like, if you are the underdogs, then the story's even better. We always play as underdog. We like the underdog saves over here. Like, we're not ones for turning up and winning things and being the favourites. It's just, for us, it's not how we play the game, you know. So I'm very much about making a story of great goal, that great goal. Jed Spencer's giving it away, but it's a great finish. I would rather, and we have, I would rather save teams from relegation than just like turn up and win the Champions League. We haven't won the Champions League for many years on the game now. Wish I had the ability to convert saves. I'd love to continue the Triple Crown in 23. Jimmy could continue his save. Oh, yeah, that would be excellent, wouldn't it? Like some sort of backwards compatibility. We could bring Posh back as well, because Posh was excellent save last year. Have you finished the Triple Crown yet, Razio? Because I'm still in Sweden, and it's just I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I got offered I got offered an interview. Oh, we've lost on the last day of the season. We've lost on the last day of the season with the last touch of the season. Unbelievable. The proper Tony Jameson way. Bergwijn with the ball through. Kalido. Nice finish, to be honest. So I've interviewed for... You can't get a job in Denmark. I've interviewed... Because I'm still at Häcken in Sweden. I've interviewed for AIK. I've interviewed for Malmo. Neither. Getting none of them. Turned down. So I'm still at Häcken. I think I've recruited well, though. I'm happy with what I've got. But we just have to keep grinding it out again. This is going to be like my second full season there, I think, now. So yeah, Steph Mew, the Scandinavian Triple Crown is it's the Scandinavian League. So it's the top division in Norway, the top division in Sweden, and the top division in Denmark. You can make it a Nordic challenge as well by getting Iceland and Finland in there also. But what we did was we made it so that you had to win the league in Norway first, then Sweden, then Denmark. So it's not like you could sort of win the league in Norway, then be offered the Copenhagen job or the Nordsjælland job. So you have to go from Norway, I think Sweden's a step down, and then you got to go back up again into Denmark, and the jobs don't come up quickly. We tried to do it like as quick as you can. So when you left Norway, you were kind of hoping for one of the top jobs in Sweden. So if you didn't get AIK or Djurgården or Malmo early off, you were going to struggle. IFK maybe as well, and this is where we are. We went to Häcken just to literally get out of Norway. We won the league with Odd. We had to just get out of the league, so we went and took over Häcken, who were like sort of near the bottom. They weren't in the relegation spots, but they were in the bottom half of the table, and yeah, we've just not been able to get the top jobs yet. But we've been linked with Tottenham, we've been linked with Everton. Hull have approached us, Barnsley have approached us, like Everton have approached us. I'm having to turn all these teams down, but because I need to win the league in Sweden, and then I need to go to Denmark. So if I was playing this as my own save, we'd be having a great time. We'd have moved around and it would be superb. But the team itself, the actual where the challenger sour is. We have to win Sweden. So yeah, we've been there for 1 and a bit years now. So we're in our second full season now, and sort of saying that, right, okay, this is how it's going to be. So yeah, we'll see. Here's the expectations for next season. Expectation: fight bravely against relegation. I think we can do that. You'll be giving us the chance to keep us up. Strengthening the squad, we're good enough to not be relegated. That's not true. I believe we can avoid being dragged into a relegation battle. I don't think that's it either. I don't know what we're always at our efforts to implement a defensive style of football. When you come back for pre-season, we're looking for considerable improvements. That's not it at all, is it? Oh no, this is going to be terrible. We're going to upset everyone. What am I supposed to pick here? Do we just give them all a chance and just say, like, it's going to be fine? With the right additions, we can avoid the drop? Oh, I'm not sure. I feel as though I'm going to upset everybody very, very quickly. Very quickly indeed. Okay, they're happy with that. That's fine. Right, we'll make some signings and we'll stay up. Cool, they're happy. Just had a text from Mrs. J. Apparently Liverpool have won 7-1, so she's very happy about that. She'd slagged Mo Salah off during the evening, so seem to be happy with that now. Having ticked off some short-term milestones, you must feel rather confident about going on to make the club a good long-term vision now. Yeah, I think we are. We know what's happening now. But I think what we need to do right now, though, is we need to start looking for next season, because we need to get those players in quick. Get those new players in quick. Right, so it's trusty pen and paper time. Premier League players only. Okay, that's what we need to look at. No sentiment. We've probably only got 1 season left on this save, so who is going to stay and who is going to go? Okay, goalkeepers. Plug has had a good season, to be honest. 32 goals conceded in 45 games, though. 20 clean sheets. It's not bad. He deserves another goal, doesn't he? He deserves another goal, really. He's only 24, so we'll keep him in nets for now. And Gavin Bazunu is a decent backup, so I think, really, keepers, we should be fine. Right back, we've got Sam Redmond on loan, who's been excellent. Now, whether or not he's going to be able to come again on loan, not sure. Favourite bits of the games of the pen and paper. Well, this might go now, Leos, because if you think about it, they've been advertising this squad planner, haven't they, moving forward, on FM23. If this is a thing, then maybe I don't know, if maybe this is the end of the pen and paper. I'm not sure. Like, I don't want it to be, because I quite like the fact that it's our thing, isn't it? So we'll see. We'll maybe try and mix it up a little bit, because I don't want to upset you too much. So we'll try and keep the pen and paper going. What I will do, just to upset you a little bit, let's have a little look at some jobs. There's nothing better than what we've got so far. Nothing out there that's anywhere near as fun as going into the Premier League right now. So we're okay, right? Maybe the Norway job or the Denmark job. We can maybe do that. That'll be good fun. So we're doing it. We're doing a position order first of all, Bulby, just so I know what sort of where I need to strengthen. Then we'll go into the squad report, break it down there as well. So right back we have Redmond. We also have. I wouldn't necessarily say that Tipple or Kerr Smith are right backs. I'd probably say we actually need another right back. So I'd say we do need another right back because we haven't really got one beyond Redmond. Jed Spence can play there, but doesn't really like playing at full back or wing back. So he's probably going to be where we need to spend a bit of cash, especially if we can't get Redmond in. Left back, I think Thompson Brown's been excellent. Now, is he Premier League quality? That's the question. He is, according to this, 2.5 stars, right? But look at that. He's played 41 times. He's got an average rating of 7.14. He's only really weighed in with 1 assist. He's not really produced a lot, but for a sort of like unfancied star, he just sort of turns up and does his job, really. So I guess maybe he goes to backup if we can get a better left back, but if not, we start him. Do you have multicoloured pens to help highlight squad quality? I need multicoloured pens for next time. Yes, multicoloured pens is the way to do it, Nelios. So, right, let's put a +1 for a left back, maybe, because I think that maybe Thompson is going to get caught a lot in the Premier League. Yeah, I worry. His acceleration's decent, his fitness is good, his tackling's okay, his positional sense is really good. So, as a fullback, he's not bad, but his heading's not great. His crossing and his dribbling isn't brilliant, so he can't really offer much going forward, as we can see here with only 1 assist. If there's anything else that sort of we can look at that, see if there's a player performance. Yeah, there you go. So, what's he got then? So he's performing under, so he doesn't dribble as much, also doesn't take any shots. There's no key passes, there's no assists really. Lots of inaccurate crosses. Good passing though, his passing's very good. No assists really, but strangely few headers, but strong headers. So I don't know. I think he's maybe back up for the Premier League. I think back up for the Premier League, I would say. And then centre halves. So we've got Tipple, who's obviously going to stay. Sithull, obviously going to stay. And Hargreaves, obviously going to stay. Okay, so Tipple. Yeah, he's going nowhere really, to be honest. Need to keep him in. We probably will stick with the 4-4-2 at the minute. No real need to change it right now, is there? We'll sort of see where we go. If we have to change it and put an extra centre back in, maybe, or an extra midfielder, we can do. Ida definitely stays. Sithull is probably good enough to stay, and obviously Jorge Hargreaves 100% is staying for life, to be honest. So there are 3 centre halves. We've then got players like Jacobs, who's a backup. Steve Kiley, who's a backup. Kerr Smith, who's a backup. Do we help with signing suggestions when you're looking for them, or do you do it yourself? You can suggest if you want, but we are 10 seasons in, Jimmy, so that can sometimes get a little bit confusing for people. Sort of suggesting people go, oh, get this guy. But sort of like, yeah, that's great, but they retired 3 years ago. So we're going to look at some sort of players that we've got on the shortlist. We might end up looking more by sort of scouting or whatever, and having a bit of a look around. But yeah, feel free to fire things in, because it's always worth seeing what people have got up their sleeve, you know. So I certainly don't profess to know everything. So that's defence. So maybe we could do with one more centre back of of real quality. These are the ones maybe we put out for loan. I think the backups. So no Ronaldos. Yeah, no Ronaldos. I mean, definitely no Ronaldo anyway, to be honest. Because again, he's a bad man. So midfield right, we've currently got Brighter Forey on loan, who doesn't look much, but he just works for us. Look at this. First of all, he's a left midfielder that we're playing on the right, cutting in as an inverted winger. He's got dribbling of 16. He's got balance of 18. He's got fitness of 16, stamina of 17, passing of 14, off the ball of 15, acceleration of 15. He's got 13 assists and 6 goals. Brazilian Ronaldo is the right one, Will Sonia. That is the correct answer for who's Ronaldo, the Brazilian lad. Like, he's brilliant for us. Forey is brilliant. But again, I worry whether he can make the step up to the Premier League. Like, I've got no doubts that Redmond can at right back. I think he can make a step up to the Premier League. This guy looks comfortable right now. Can a Forey do that? Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe, possibly. Don't know. Midfield left is Stanton, who again is on loan as well. So he's definitely a player who's, well, we would say he's definitely a player who's Premier League quality. He doesn't now look it with his attributes wise, and again, 9 goals, 9 assists, so a little bit less than what a Forey was getting. Contract, he does still have a contract at Liverpool, so again, do we stick with him? Agility of 20 is good, acceleration of 16. But apart from that, his passing's a little bit worse. His vision's not great, so he might get caught out in the Premier League. So maybe we have to look for 2 more wide players. Central midfield is, of course, where we've got Borges as well, actually, who can still play out in either the right or the left side. So, and again, he's probably going to stay, because if he doesn't, then we've got nobody, and obviously Jed Spence as well. But we kind of need those 2 players to be backups, really. Nils Dam, we've been playing as a box-to-box midfielder, a ball-winning midfielder, on loan from Man City. I mean, he looks good, doesn't he? He looks quite good. We actually signed him as a striker, but we played him as a midfielder because he sort of had a bit of an air of Joe Linton about him. So let's see. Central midfield. So Dam is on loan. Again, we'd be happy to keep him, I think. I think we do need a new fullback. Absolutely, Jimmy. Baptiste, I think, is going to go at 32. He's currently wanted by Lille, Sporting and Wolfsburg, so we might let him go. Bar, I think we can keep. But again, there might be better. Nick Lloyd is a youngster who's decent enough. James Howarth again is a youngster who probably needs to go out on loan, but again, could potentially be decent. Michael Arthur is going to come back. He's decent enough. Then up front, we've really only got Ida, who 100% is staying. Ferguson, who 100% is staying. And then we've got Ewins, who's on loan, so we'll get rid of him. He can go. The Horse, he was on loan, he can go. So yeah, probably at least one more striker. So yeah, so it's looking like 2 fullbacks, potentially 2 wingers, a midfielder, and a striker. Esbrand, I think he's probably, there you go, Celtic at the minute. He's pushed on a little bit. He's He's okay. He's all right. He's not really sort of played at the top level, has he? He's went to QPR on loan, Sunderland on loan, Rotherham, Stoke. He's only just signed for Celtic as well, so can't see him leaving just yet. But I mean, his dribbling's decent. His first touch is pretty good. He's I think he's gonna be a lot of money as well. That's the thing. You've only had a planner type tool to let all of your business. Exactly, Soccer with Brian. Imagine that. Imagine, we were just saying that, is it going to be the end of the pen and paper? And I don't know, like our chat love a bit of pen and paper. We're all for that, but at the same time we also like trees. So it swings and roundabouts for me. I don't know. I like the idea of the planner. What do you think? Are you looking forward to the planners, Brian? What else have we seen that we like about FM23 so far? There's the Football Manager Show podcast link as well, by the way, if you haven't already seen it so far. You know what? I've just seen a wonderful tweet there from Brian. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Love Tony Jameson, RDF, and I would smile anytime I get to hear Steve Hankey. I didn't think there was a way to improve this show, but this is going to be pure perfection. Brian. Love you, Brian. Charlie Wellens, reasonable, but not Premier League quality, I don't think. Right, let's have a quick look. What have we got on the on our list of? Actually, tell what we need to clip the old league table, don't we? Look at that. Champions with 100 points, 101 points. Crazy, right? Crazy. Get a room, you two. Hey, we would do. There we go. Seriously, had a grin on my face the entire time while I was listening. Oh, bless you. No, you've been genuinely very, very nice, as I expected you would be, to be honest, when the news came out. So I was like, oh, Brian's happy. That's great. So Stefan Bricks is someone we looked at previously. Now, he hasn't really, has he? 13 goals in 33. Would Pavard be a bit old now? Maybe. Benjamin, yeah, 34. He's very old. That's very old for us. Also, he's only just signed from Man City, so just about started. Yeah, he's still just about there. Killian Slevin. He's a playmaker from Reading. Again, this is the thing. Some of these players are not going to be of the level that we want. So we might have to just keep bringing players in on loan as well. Raul Bellanova, Italian player that we looked at a little while ago. He's 29, pretty decent wing back, 33 grand a week. He's only just gone out to that reps though, so he's probably not. He probably doesn't have a buyout clause, does he? Good determination, good pace, good agility. 29 as well. Dehaney Laidley probably isn't good enough, really. Ludek, just nothing about him. Like, I looked at that and I thought this would be great because we didn't see some of his attributes. I thought, oh, he'll be brilliant. Looked at him, nah, not brilliant at all. Not brilliant at all. Max Ochoa, 6'5" American. Hasn't got any caps. He's not gonna come, sadly. Igor Frankowski. Reasonable. Davies, is that Alphonso Davies, is it? Alphonso Davies is 29. He's still not going to leave Bayern Munich, sadly. Unless he's he's not interested in going just yet. Actually, I tell you what, rather than doing that, let's see who's on the transfer list. Actually, we might be able to find out if there's anybody who wants to leave a football club. So what have we got? Any players we're like Luke Dalton? Oh, look at that. That'd be great. Let's get him back into the club. Valued at £13 million. Right, now bear in mind, right, this is a guy we sold for 46 million, right, to Arsenal. He clearly hasn't played. Okay, he's played 2 games. £46 million. He's now on the transfer list for 13 mil. And you know what? I don't think we go back in for him. I think we just let it go. I think we just go, nah, he's not one for us anymore. He's been and gone. I think we maybe look instead at Giancarlo Di Matteo. He's only 5'3", but I think he maybe gives us a little bit more. Look at that passing, look at that vision, look at that technique, first touch, decision making, composure. I think he's the guy. If we make a double pivot, he's the fella to have in there. 24 years old, sorry, £10 million. They could potentially take 7. He's not played a lot of first team football, but so he's 3rd highest in the under 23s. 2nd for chances created, 11th for assists. 1 possession a lot. Where would he fit in? He'd probably do what Nils Dam's doing right now. And he's better than Shandon Baptiste. Has made his concerns public. What's his concerns? Wants to go out on loan to secure himself a permanent move. Ooh. Let's test the water with 7 million quid. See what they reckon. That could be. He could be handy. And guessing now 800 grand, is he? Is he out of contract? He is out of contract. 5'3" is a signing of its own. I mean, it's very unlike me, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go for 5'3" players, so maybe I'm doing like an opposites thing. Maybe it'll work out. I don't know. Wanya Marshall Madivudu. I can't pronounce this guy's name, but Martial we'll call him. Good vision. Reasonable dribbling. Flair. Leadership, maybe. 5'11". Not too bad in a Derby side that was struggling a bit last year. Pablo Ramon. Ball playing centre back. £19.5 million, 130 grand a week. We haven't got that kind of money. We'll put him on the shortlist though, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen, do you? James McAtee. Looks all right. Jaden Braff. Nah. Right, what have we got? Players on loan. Seems to say loan players that were. We have got a few, haven't we? Schultz from Dortmund. No. Luca Mortella. Mortellaro, I should say. Sorry. Maybe, I'm not sure. Diego Dalot, we said. Okay, let's have a look at Diego Dalot, shall we? 31. Not for sale there. Insistent he is staying where he is. Reasonable, to be honest. 170 grand. What was considered old? For me, anything over 29 is old. But I guess we can probably have some older players in there if needs be. It's just, we like to have younger lads in, but I don't really think it's going to make too much of a difference. Samuel Izzo, 6'6", 16 for finishing, 15 for jumping reach, First touch is good. Flair's at 16. Maybe someone for loan, possibly. Maybe. Chris O'Connell at Derry. Doesn't look very good. Doesn't look very good. Why have we got him? Why have we got him on the on there? No idea. What about contracts expiring? See if anyone decent is on their way out. And guessing still. Mark Robertson. Not really looking up too much. Where's Peel? Nah. Agility, determination, stamina, that's about it. Evening Apocalypse, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. Nuno Mendes. Yeah, these are players that are clearly very, very good. Very, very good. They're not going to get anywhere near this. Don't just love making a betting online only to then see someone completely different in the betting slip. Yeah, I mean, I've be honest, I'm not really a better, to be honest, Apocalypse, so I can't comment, but I'm guessing that sounds incredibly frustrating. So I can't fully relate to the system, to the situation. So you have to explain it to me, like what's happened? What's happened? Has it put a different person on there, or like so the bet's essentially null and void? I'm guessing, because I can imagine that's frustrating. That would be really frustrating, actually, if that's how I understand it. Right, no one's name is jumping out. Balls deep into transfer season. Come on, the Rocks. You know it. You know it. Just won the championship, mate. We're currently now looking for players that are going to play in the Premier League with Norwich City. And we've only just started it. So we're going to scan through a smidge. We've worked out that we need fullbacks, wingers, a striker, at least one central midfielder, and this was the lad, wasn't it? This is the guy who's the next Hakan Şükür, apparently. 18-year-old Turkish. I don't think he'll get a work permit because he's Turkish and Bulgarian. But the next Hakan Şükür, look at this lad. 18 years old, 19 for determination, 18 for first touch, 16 for jumping reach. This is a hell of a player waiting to happen. You know. What's that? 6 to 10 million pounds. The wages are fine, but we could get a work permit. Ooh, that makes things interesting, doesn't it? We maybe get him for 6. If we can, then that would be very good. Very good. Panzo. Let's have a look and see what Panzo's saying. 29-year-old Ivorian. Again, 20 million quid though. You know, it's a lot of money. We've only got 40 million to spend in the window, sadly. So, and we haven't really got many players that we can sell for decent money to sort of like fund another couple of signings. Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. Yeah, keep looking. There's always going to be players jumping up, but at the minute, these players, they're slightly out of our price range right now. Maybe I'm being a little bit too cautious, possibly. I'm not sure. Well, we shall see. It's a big transfer window. We can have a look. I think I want to say he's at Fulham or Watford, maybe, on this game. Bargy, is that how you pronounce him? Bargy? Yeah, Watford. There you go. It's not that much, actually, is it? That's not very much at all. That would solve our winger problem. 9 million quid. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's have a little nibble and see See what they think. Julian Wada, is that? Oh no. These are gonna be like all the players that like I've not actually used at all during this this game cycle. Everyone's like, oh, these are the obvious players. I'm like, who are they? He's at Bristol City. Ironically sold. I thought we had him. I thought I'd recognise that name. Yeah, we sold him. We sold him. We turned up and just went, he can go straight away. Sahuri. Sarawi, maybe? Usman Sarawi. 5'5", so we could potentially start bringing the height of the club down. Burnley are interested, so that's quite good. We missed out on what's he called, on Sheldrup last year because of his work permit, which we weren't happy about. So couldn't get him in. So he's now over at Seville, so he's not going to leave to come and join us. That's a shame. Laura or Eora? Is that Eora, is it? Or there? No. Eora. Potentially not about Gilmar. Nah, not in, I'm afraid. Not in anymore. Ian Routledge, he promised a lot when he was young, but sadly not anymore. 24. Washed up. Lemon Jata looked quite decent at one point, but again, didn't quite work out for us. Let's not forget as well that the club will offer us a load of players to look at shortly as well. The scouts will be like, hey, look at all these guys, and then we'll be like, next. So 11 million quid for Karaman. 2 instalments of 5 mil. So sorry, £5 million in instalments, £6 million up front. It's not terrible. Let's see if we can get a bit cheaper, shall we? Di Matteo as well is possible. Badries are maybe an option. I mean, these wouldn't be terrible players. These would all fit in the system quite nicely, wouldn't they? They'd fit in a 4-4-2, right? Barian Aguirre. Again, he's got no caps. That's the problem. He's not going to get a work permit with no caps from Argentina, I'm afraid. I just got from Argentina. £8 million. £8 million quid's not too bad for Di Matteo, is it? You know, for a guy who's 5'3", we want him to run the midfield. That'll be fine. Evening, Khalil. How are you? Welcome. Bargy is interested. Okay, let's see what he's going to come up with in terms of wage demands. 56 grand. Cal, it was Cal. I remember. He'll take 50. Bargy might be coming in. Okay. Right, now when does Fenerbahce's season end? Because if he wants to stay... I'd rather you came and just played in the Premier League, to be honest. Mehmet Can. Adyen. Aiden. No, maybe not. You know what? I'd rather just say no, but just say you can just come and join us anyway. So he's happy to come and join us. Excellent. 6 grand. Goes up to 13. 1 year extension after 5 games. Like he's genuinely that keen. He's just like, yeah, let's go. Get him in. Get the youngster in. So Caraman might be coming in. He's the next Hakan Shuka. Bargy might be coming in. His first name is not the Onion, by the way. Di Matteo might be coming in. So transfer business is starting. Desperate with this 30%. To be honest, I don't know why I'm worrying about the extra few percentages. We're not going to be here. Like, this is going to be the save is done at the end of this season. We might as well try and basically bankrupt the club right now. It's Carballo. Bamboo Chicken, welcome in. Appreciate the follow there. Who's Javier Lopez? Nah, again, not about. No one there, sadly. So Di Matteo is happy to come and chat to us. Us and Sunderland. Give him the money. Give him the money. Guezelin. Again, looks decent. Technique and touch and flair. Maybe I'm being a little bit dazzled by those metrics. Those attributes, I should say, sorry. Last season we bought players by metrics, so don't know if we're going to do that this season or not. It seems a bit too exciting, too bit excessive these days. Anar Dedic, again, like, he's a good player, isn't he? But he's just too expensive, far too expensive. 28 million quid. These are clearly are these all wonder kids who like sort of develop into good players, because they all look like very, very good players. Very good players. The thing is, I start all my saves in National League North, or as we did at the start of FM22, Indonesia. So tend not to come across wonder kids very often. Certainly not the ones that everyone else uses. You're looking for young people. That makes sense. Don't worry. No, like, I like it, and it's a good system and it's working well. As I said, just everyone you're picking is clearly a player with a lot of talent. Sadly, it's come to the point when we don't actually have that sort of money to go and pick these guys up. So Bargy has come in then. Bargy's come in for around about 9 million quid, up to 13 million pounds. And Karaman has come in as well. And I'm very, very excited for this fella, to be honest, because he is going to be incredible. Lud, welcome in. Shouting bargain. I presume the bargain is for Bargy, because I've heard of him. And for 9 million quid, that's decent. Ancelotti's just been sacked for Everton. Should we go and get the Everton job? Di Matteo's in as well. So there we go. Pretty decent. Pretty decent 3 players to bring in, I reckon. I'm well happy with that. Royge? Who's Royge? Bart van Royge. He's not bad, is he? He's not bad. Let's get the old scouts on him. See what they're saying. I think left back is going to be our key area, isn't it? We probably need to focus our attentions on left backs now. Because I don't think that Thompson is going to be good enough in the Premier League. I think he's going to get torn a new one, to be honest. George Bello. Can we afford to prize him away? I'm not sure. He could be very expensive. He'd be very good, though. Nuno Tavares is too expensive as well. Brock Forster, Lions. Or Lions Forster, I should say, sorry. Jonas Auer. No, it looks like he's maybe retired by this point as well. Oh no, there is Jonas Auer. Midfield left, can play full back, but maybe not so much. Decent acceleration, good crossing and dribbling though. Tackling's the problem. 5 to 9. You're about to go full Lee Clark and sign 4 right backs in one window. Absolutely I am. I'm hoping that I'm going to get the Scotland job and I'm just going to have all of the left backs, but it's not looking likely at the minute, which is a terrible shame. Yeah, I've not even got. We can get Dave Azzopardi. He's not good enough now. Not now they're in the Premier League. Eric Carl, Blakey would have been. He'd have been the guy. I mean, you know, your S Brand's there as well. He's still there. One by Sunderland. So they have gone up. They are in the Premier League as well. So they're in the same boat as us. We're going to be essentially looking for the similar sorts of players, I reckon. Right, Carl. Nah. No joy, I'm afraid. So player search left. I don't like doing this. I don't like sort of going through the player search thing, but sometimes you just have to, don't you? But right, who's available? Jamal Lewis, 32. Masterovic, 19-year-old Croatian wing back. I mean, this is. We could take a gamble on him. Heading's dreadful, but his tackling and technique's good, his teamwork's good, his work rate's good, his determination could be good. Let's scout him then if he's got a bit of ability. Is he going to get a work permit though? That'd be the question, wouldn't it? Who knows? Didi, Brazilian from Juventus. Doesn't really look up to much. David Money from Brentford. Kind of there or thereabouts, really. And he's not really jumping out. Kevin Aguirre. Nothing so much. Itamar. No, Robert Cullen. We've got to look at Michael Kennedy from Burnley. No nonsense fullback. That's the description we like, innit? James Hansford. No nonsense. Fucking humps it, fires it up the line. 5'6". This guy plays everywhere. Dan Lincoln. What's Dan Lincoln saying? Oh, manager retired. Boo. Off from Brackley. There you go. That would have been a story, wouldn't it? Ojeda. Or Leandro. No, nobody there. Nobody there by the name of Leandro, I'm afraid. Mario Tanda. Mario Tanda doesn't look too bad. 26 million though. We haven't got. Yeah, a bit too expensive, I'm afraid. He's good, but again, 30 years old. Ian and Jack, how are you? Welcome. Good crossing, mind. He might actually do decent enough as a wing back rather than as a full back. Good acceleration. As I say, 30. Ooh, he's creeping up. Let's pop him on the shortlist for now because he's certainly not terrible. He's maybe worth a look at for Prince Lungu. I mean, Bello would be good if we can get Bello in. $10 to $17. Okay. Did we finish the season? Yeah, so we finished it. We have won the title with Norwich. So we're now into Premier League planning. And that has basically led us to the point that Sunderland are in for Panzo. There's your Panzo. What was Panzo saying? From Stoke, 13 mil. Wait for Oliver's son. Who's Oliver's son? Oliver's son? No one there, I'm afraid. Yeah, so we finished the season. We won the title and won the championship, which is great. We're now obviously in the position where we're trying to recruit for next year, and it's obviously tricky because we're trying to only get players who can play at the Premier League level. And bear in mind that we only really have one season and that's it. So it's going to just be like, right, one and done essentially. Ryan Reynolds' son is called Brian Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds and Brian Reynolds. Fucking excellent. Matthias Baldo, cultured midfielder from Tottenham. Evening Vixman. Progress. We'll talk you through progress. We've started. So this season's now 10 seasons in. We started at Brackley in the National League North. Then we went for 4 seasons. We missed out on the playoffs a couple of times. We got into the playoffs once, got the semi-finals. Took the job at York City, got ourselves the playoff final winners in the National League North, then playoff final winners in the National League. So that got us into League 2. We then spent 12 games at York, got ourselves a job at Bolton, moved on to there, kept them up in the table, moved the following season to Norwich because there was a bit of whispers behind the scenes that people didn't like us. So we decided to go, right, you know what, we're going to move to Norwich. We then finished the season above Norwich, above Bolton, I should say, sorry. And this season we have just gone all the way through and won the title. So yeah, well happy with that. Well happy. It's been a journey, man. It's been fun. We've gone as hard as we can, and yeah, here we are in our final season. It's going to be in the Premier League, so we're looking forward to it. Welcome in, by the way, Vixman. So Brian Bello could be the guy. He's coming on a lot of money. Dirk Proper, 5'6". See, if I've got a 5'3" midfielder, I can't really have him with a 5'6". Yeah, so it was our second season with Norwich that won us it. So it was our first full season, but yeah, technically our second. No, I think we need tall. I think we need tall Jimmy. Because yeah, if we bring in Di Matteo in, who's 5'3", then I think to bring in players who are also 5'4" or 5'2", it's like they're not quite gonna cut it. I don't think. Yeah, I think we should just let these guys go. Yeah. Let's be fine. They're showing promise, but it doesn't really matter. We're not here for another year, are we? Steve Kiley, is he gonna get Premier League minutes? Is Fotheringham get Premier League minutes? Is Nick Lloyd? Not really. Cabba. Who's Mohamed Cabba? No, not anyone there. Not anyone there, I'm afraid. Yeah, we'll have a think. We'll have a think about players who are potentially out of contract and see who we're going to keep and who we're going to release. I think we could do with shifting a few players on, actually. Let's have a look at the squad here. We've got contracts, expiry date. So Duarte is on loan at Cruz, but let's set him for release. 33-year-old, we don't really need him at this moment in time. Shandon Baptiste, I think, again, you've been a good servant, but I think for the Premier League, 60 grand a week as well. Sorry, mate. It's time for you to leave. Sean Jacobs, you're nothing. You can go as well. Redwan Borles. What a name that is. What a name. Adam Campbell. Yeah, Adam Campbell's probably not going to score goals. Steve Kiley. Do I feel bad about Steve Kiley? Maybe we keep him. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it sort of feels that maybe these guys can just about do a job. Do a little 4 go, possibly. Ewins, we can obviously... No, we're not going to bother with him. Let him leave. Everyone else, I think, is pretty much as we'd expect. Who's that? Borles. No, not someone I can see, I'm afraid. Nah. No, never mind. We'll see. We haven't even worked out who else has been promoted from the Championship at this point, actually, to be honest with you. It looks like it's Watford. Watford have gone up. So, there we go. Exciting. Eduardo Quaresma. In relation to Ricardo Quaresma. Doesn't look like it. Looks decent, though, doesn't he? 49 players returned. Peter Wolf, I should say, sorry. On loan from Watford. Looks handy enough, but currently playing in Romania by the looks of it. Joe Bursic. Reasonable backup goalkeeper. 95 grand a week wages. Don't be so silly. Mario Tanda. Where do you play? Left back. 26 mil. We did have a little look at you, didn't we? Quaresma was amazing on FM21. Was he? Okay. Mackenzie Cars. Central midfielder. 19 million. He looks handy enough, doesn't he? Sorry, I've got an itchy nose again. Passing 16. Teamwork and vision. Teamwork and work rate 17. Vision 15. First touch 17. He looks handy. Well, Mackenzie Cars there. Let's keep our eyes on him. Lara Hondo, Colombian. This guy, of course, we're already getting, so we're fine with that. Look at this lad, though, man. 18 first touch, 19 for determination. It's gonna be a baller. Trevor Ferdinand, finishing 16. Striker from Chelsea. Ooh, nah, maybe not. We'll shortlist him, but maybe not. Next, we'll come back to Balderson in a second and Branasha, sorry. The next save after this is going to be FM23. We're not doing another save on FM22. We're going to do Arsenal in the beta save. That's what we're looking at. Although I have wobbled a little bit recently, been like, oh, maybe Sunderland, but no. We'll do Arsenal in the beta save, and then we're going to do the British Steel Challenge in the main save. So that's the one that's going to take all season, and we'll see where we get with that one, because it's going to be a ball ache. It's going to be an absolute ball ache, but you know, We'll see. It might be fun. Might be fun. We'll have a look at Balderson in a wee second. I'm just going through this little list here of recommendations from the club. So Baldow, 6'2". See, Baldow, 6'2". That's what we're talking about. When's the beta come out? Don't know yet, Mrs. J. It's normally a couple of weeks before the main launch, but obviously this week is all taken up with the FM playoffs. So tomorrow's FM playoffs draft. Friday is drafts and crafts. Saturday, nothing on Saturday, but Sunday is the FM playoffs itself. So, of course, make sure you're following the old FM playoffs account for all that good stuff this weekend. So then back next week we'll be streaming. So that's gonna sort of be the Premier League year really for Norwich. So if we can get that done in a season in a week, done, they'll be happy. And then after that, I can maybe sort of like, not necessarily put my feet up or like sort of take a rest, but I can do some bits and pieces that I need to do for the beta or for the main save. So it gives us a tiny bit of time to work all that stuff out. And that's Azalea's free, is he? That can't be right, surely. It looks like it might be. We're not paying anything, right? Oh, in he comes. In he comes. He was on loan at Hibs, and I was really annoyed that he went to Hibs, but fine if he's free. And you know what? We might as well go for Nguesson as well if he's free, because we're going to release a midfielder, a couple of midfielders. So let's just put them in. Spend a lot of money on wages and just get these players through. Hayden Roberts looks fine, doesn't he? Macias, Rodolfo. Yeah, he looks good, this guy, Malafia. Right, who was it? Sorry, Balderson. Balderson was the guy you were looking for, wasn't it? There you go. Balderson, 28-year-old Icelandic. Yeah, reasonable. I think we've actually got better. That's the problem. I think we've got better players. After all that, I think we've actually got better players. Bragangsha from Zebra. Not bad. I like his sweepy fringe. That could be quite handy. Charisma. Or was it Charisma, the defender that we looked at, wasn't it? Yeah. 40 million quid though for midfield, for a defender. We haven't got that. We haven't got that sort of cash anymore, I'm afraid. Sexy boy Bragansha, he is, isn't he? He's a heartthrob. Absolute heartthrob. Just screams emo. Look at that. 5 defeats is a record low. Yes. Diego Gomez. I don't think we're going to have much more room to... It might be him possibly, is it? From Bilbao. He looks good though as a head of youth development. Unemployed. Can't sign him. Looks decent though. Adam Ida, of course, wins the Player of the Year. Of course he does. 31 goals in 34 games. Excellent. Stanton does well. EFL Young Player of the Year. Jameson Manager of the Year. Excellent. The United City's in. Yes. Legends of the game, of the world. Please go and drop a follow on the United City, by the way, everyone. He's a wonderful human being. Does fantastic work. You're gonna love him. There we go. George Bello is in. I think bar these free transfers coming, I think we've actually signed everybody we need now. this lad's not too shabby. If we can, if we have an extra bit of cash, maybe we go in for this guy as well. But I think at this point, this is what we've bought, Kev. Have a little look and see what you think. So we've just bought George Bello to be our starting left back. So happy with that. think that's a fairly decent signing. We've just bought Giancarlo Di Matteo to go into midfield. Primarily, we're going to ignore the fact that he's 5'3", right? But we're looking at the fact that his first touch is 16, his composure is 17, he's got decision making of 16, vision of 16, passing of 17, and technique of 16, with an off the ball of 15. So I reckon he's going to be pretty handy in that midfield. To be honest, he's going to start creating a fair bit for us. So we brought him in. We've got Rooney Bargi, who I'm very, very excited to see because I've never used him before, but apparently he's been very, very good. 16 for dribbling, 17 for flair. He's quick. He's got decent vision. He's going to be able to create some bits and pieces. So I'm expecting something out from him. Plus, we signed him for 9 million quid. But they might rise to 13, so not massively expensive either. We've also brought in this lad who, again, like if we were playing this save for longer, I would love to see how he develops. He's got determination of 19, jumping reach of 16, first touch of 18, dribbling, crossing of 14, finishing of 12. He's dubbed the next Hakan Shuka, so I'd be very excited to see how he gets on. So he's come in again for £6 million, and we're also trying to get John and Gessen in there for free, just to be an extra bit of steel in the midfield. Sort of does what we need really: teamwork, positioning, determination, just do some grunt work on a free. Anas Azalea, again, also potentially on a free. Dribbling's good. He's agile. He's well balanced. He's off the ball's decent. His passing's not the best, I must admit, but he might be a half decent addition just to add some numbers. But I think overall, that's pretty decent recruitment, isn't it? That's pretty decent recruitment. So, and it doesn't really change our shape either. They all slot into this 4-4-2, so it's not like we're buying players we're having to try and crowbar in either. So I'm fairly happy with that. There is a couple of players still that we've looked at that we think maybe might be quite handy. A guy called what's he called? Alfie Devine. Could potentially be someone we maybe look at. He's not massively expensive at this point, 7 million quid. And we've also then just looked at just seen someone else, and I've already forgotten who it is, but their name will come back to me. So I'm thinking maybe there's other players that might sort of be able to crop up and be like, do we not? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with what we've got. We need to maybe try and see if we can get some of these players to re-sign on loan as well that we've got on loan right now. So that'll be our first port of call. Newcastle want to try and take our scouts because of course they do. Let's see if we can extend Nils Dam's loan. Or Sam Redmond's. That's right. Oh, we have to wait for the end of the season for that. That's fine. See if we can do that. You also, as well, I don't know if you saw, Kev, we've posted up on Twitter tonight. We've had our first player come out as gay on the game as well, which we're well impressed about. Very, very happy about that. This is our guy. Jorge Hargreaves has come out for, yeah, he's only been at the club since January, so obviously loved it here and felt comfortable enough in the surroundings to say this is who I am. And we're like, yes, love it. So we're very happy with that. Let's go, Jimmy doing scouting. Jimmy's also as well, United City. Jimmy's doing a great time right now for us. It's his first time in the stream, and the first thing he did when we were watching was he was keeping his eyes out for the results, and he's potentially got himself a player bought as well that he's scouted. So he's proved himself tonight as an absolute essential purchase for the backroom staff. So Borges could be off to Watford. That's a great bit of business for us. If we've bought Bargy from Watford, and they've replaced him with Borges. Like, it's not the same, is it really? It's not the same. So yeah, I think if we can do that, that's handy. Who's Frank? Oh, hello, Frank. 36 million. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near you, mate. But yeah, excellent. Malacia, there you go. 13 million. We're not gonna get him either. I don't think we've already got a left back now. And Victor Christiansen again. We've already got a left back, so we don't need another left back. Hans Weimer, again left back. Well, I say that we've got one left back, and a backup, I suppose, technically. Tom Rayner, Joel McCuver. Looks reasonable. One problem is I type fast, a lot of spelling mistakes. Join the club, Jimmy. I mean, I'm dyslexic, so that's fine. So I'm sort of able to use that as part of my excuse. But I mean, look, they're saying they paid over the odds to get this guy. We've paid £6 million. How is this over the odds? He's going to be great. I believe. I back him 100%. Di Matteo, I back him. I think he's going to be good. Bargy, let's see what this guy can do. Excited. And Bello, very, very excited to see him. How did the first proper Football Manager show day feel? Oof. It was nerve-wracking, I'll be honest, Kev. It was nerve-wracking. It felt really, really strange to try and, like, it felt really weird because obviously we were reading from scripts for the first time. And we obviously got to try and build that rapport with RDF and with producer Steve, and we've got it off camera, but we need to make it appear on camera as well. And I think that it'll be one of those things. £53 million, look at that, record transfer fee spending, beating the £28 million that was spent previously. Yeah, I feel that it will, of course, it'll naturally evolve the more that we work together. I think the rough, it's what, about maybe 10 episodes or something before you get that proper sort of like fluidity going in a partnership for a podcast. So it's going to take time. It's going to take time. I listened back to it and it felt less rigid than I thought it felt while we were doing it, if that makes sense. Like, I think while I was recording it, I was like, oh, this feels pretty, like, feels quite static, it feels quite rigid. But when I listened back to it, I was like, actually, you know what? It's a bit looser. It is a little bit looser, so it sort of starts to feel a bit better. But as you say, if that's the starting point, then yeah, we're very happy with that. Would have taken that if someone had have offered us that today without even having a discussion about it and said, right, this is where you're going to be at day one. I think we'd be happy with it. We'd be very happy with it. So hopefully, as I say, it's only going to improve. It's only going to improve. So we'll work hard at it, and yeah, we'll obviously look to improve and look to make it better. We're already got plans. There's a meeting booked to discuss next week's show already, so that's positive. The fact that we get access to SI staff is great. Like, it's brilliant. It just allows that extra bit of I wouldn't say like sort of behind the scenes, but like it allows that extra bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Like validity, maybe? Is that the word I'm looking for? That they can come in and they can just tell us about the game. Gravitas. That's a good word actually. Gravitas. They're coming in and they're giving us actual, talking points and topics that can say, look, this is the situation, here it is. Whereas, with FMT, which I loved, of course I loved FMT, that was all speculation. Whereas now it's like, here's the people who make the game telling you what this actually means, and what it means in the grand scheme of things as well. So it is brilliant. You know what I mean? It's great to have that sort of at our fingertips. So yeah, we're very, very happy indeed. And as I say, I think the next few weeks is going to be good to shape it and see where it goes from there. So Yeah, if you haven't already listened to it, obviously some people are saying that they'll queue it up for later. There's the link yet again in the chat. And also there's the link for FMT as well. FMT is making a return, so please also go and follow Football Manager Therapy, because that is so good as well. And another thing I've realised as well, Kev, is how different the show is. And I knew it would be different. But realising that it's different when you make it. Do you know what I mean? First yellow card, welcome. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Is Rich on his own, or will he have a partner? Now I'm sworn to secrecy, Sport Mad. I know the answer, but I'm sworn to secrecy. All will be revealed very soon, I believe. But it's definitely going to be good. Like, the plan that he's got is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. You're all going to love it. Like, if you've loved FMT 2.0, FMT 3.0 is going to be just as good. First yellow card, great podcast, listening on the way home today. Thank you very much indeed. We're just talking about that, saying that we're happy with how it turned out for a first one. There's bits to work on, obviously, but I think actually we'd be worried if there wasn't anything to work on, because then we'd be a little bit complacent with it and be like, yeah, I'll do. Like, whereas the fact that we're looking at it good, no, there's stuff to do, then, you know, that's what we want. We need stuff to do. Your right back option is good, Jimmy, but I need to get a bit more cash in the club first of all. So if we sell Borges, then we'll go in for your right back. And if we can get him in, then that means we don't have to go and that means we won't be going to try and renew Sam Redmond. But I'm happy enough to renew Redmond if we can. But if your guy comes in, then that's great. But yeah, £3 million transfer budget now. We got about, I think they were talking what, 6 million for him, wasn't it? It wasn't Bellanova, it was the Dutch lad, wasn't it? Where's your Dutch man? Where is he? There he is, yeah, Van Roy. So they're talking about 6 mil, I reckon. How much are they thinking? 4? I mean, if we can get him for 4, that'd be great. Because, as I say, he's there. Or the other option is that guy there, Bellanova. I think it's a little bit more expensive. Failed to get a work permit. That's not what we want to hear, is it? That's not what we want to hear. Ethan Laird, who we had on loan previously as well, so we know about Ethan Laird. Arajo, we know about. He's pretty handy. Rico Lewis, not quite the player that we need right now. He was back in the day when we started looking at him, but not now, sadly. But yeah, as I say, I think if we were resting on our laurels, that'd be worrying. But thankfully, we're not. So I want to kind of push on and make the podcast as good as we can. So yeah, any feedback, please feel free to ping it our way. Newcastle want to sign Plug. Well, it's not happening. Nah. Turn it down. Oh. He's not happy about that, is he? Great. Now he's handing a transfer request. Brilliant. Unbelievable. And he's got a tiny release clause, £7 million. Right, so now we need a goalkeeper. Okay. So there you go. So unfortunately we've had to change tack now. We're not going for a right back, we're going to go for a goalkeeper. This lad's 22 million, so he's not going to be the one that we're going for. Zambrano isn't I don't think he's a first choice or Man City, but even still, yeah, he's not interested. No, I can hear a child. I can hear a child. So, give me 2 seconds. Oh, has Mrs. J got it? 1 sec. Doesn't seem to happy with the recruitment. Exactly. Yeah. Apparently, he's not very happy that the goalkeeper's leaving. Joel Baggin is a fullback rather than a goalkeeper, so that's no use there. João Virginia is a straightforward, isn't he? But he's not really good enough at this level, I don't think. Siri, Lockwer. Simon Brady is essentially what we're going to call this guy. Oops. Let's have a look. There must be a goalkeeper somewhere that we can pick up who's handy enough. For Fana, too expensive. Again, this is the thing, innit? If you've got a good goalkeeper, you don't want to lose them. 19-year-old Mehmeti is B+ rated. I mean, we do have Gavin Bazunu as well, though. So we're not in a terrible position, but we might be slightly up against it. You know. The problem as well is that the youngest child's woken up because he fell asleep in the car coming back from nursery. So he's obviously woken up, being like, "What the fuck's going on right now? Like, I was at nursery before. What's happening?" So he'll just need a milk to get himself settled and go back down to sleep. But not that that'll be quick, of course. But that's where he is. That's why he's kicking off at the minute. So we'll have a little look, and if he sounds like he's still kicking off, we'll wrap this one up and we'll run down and we'll sort them out. Muller doesn't look too bad. The magical power of milk. Milk is the way forward, isn't it? Let's be honest. Milk is absolutely the way forward. Van der Voort. The problem is that what he forgets is that I was asleep, that he was awake at 1 o'clock this morning. This guy looks decent actually. Van der Voort. Handling's not great though, is it? An eccentricity could be up to 19, so maybe not that good. He seems like he's got a bit of ability, but yeah, I'd be worried that he comes diving out. Mrs. J is very well. Mrs. J is very well. Thank you, Ali, for asking. Gasparini. Craig King, Dundee. But yeah, trouble as well with the little one is that the little one's incredibly like daddy focused, so he's sort of like he's full on. So if you catch him in the right mood, he's great, but if you don't, it's just like, I need daddy, and it's not fun. It's not fun for Mrs. J particularly. You know what I mean? Having to be like, just listening to him being like, no, not you, and it's like, oh, it's not very nice. De Silva, Ventura. Nothing. Tyler Smith of Huddersfield. Handling 15, 6'5". Aerial reach of 15, commanding of area of 14. Okay. What do we think? It will be a superb signing, apparently. He's kind of there or thereabouts with Plug. He's not massively different, is he? Slightly less leadership ability. Punches a tiny bit more. His passing's better. His reflexes are slightly better. Communication's a bit better. His commanding the area. What's his eccentricity? 2. Good, I like that. You know what? Tyler Smith, you might just be the one. 6 million quid. You could be the $6 million man, Tyler Smith. Right, come and get yourself in. So let's try 4.5 first of all. See what we can do there, and then we'll go from there if needs be. Big Taff Man's been banned for 12 hours for saying Rich should hit you with a chair. Oh, Taff Man. I love it. I've not seen him for a while, man. Big shout, by the way, for Big Taff Man. We haven't seen him for a while. Of course, you can't follow him on Twitter anymore by all accounts because he's been a bad man. But you know what? I completely agree, and I think that Rich should hit me with a chair. Said Brooklyn Beckham for Brackley. Yeah, how are you, buddy? Hope life's treating you good. Hope the family are well. Bit upset. You know what? I'm happy that you can go to Feyenoord. Derby rather than going to Newcastle. I mean, I'm glad he's not going to Newcastle, but let's face it, I'm not happy that he's going to Derby. Really busy. Plus, we went away. I've seen Matt on Sunday for the first time in ages. Oh, excellent. I have to give him my love. The handsome devil that he is. So we've just missed out on him guessing because he hasn't got a work permit. Seen him as well, like, just running his half marathon without even really trying. Just like, here I am running around looking handsome. Like, yeah, all right, Matt. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I reckon Rich has got a deceptively powerful chair swing on him. 100%. I think that he's. I think he'll probably fight dirty as well. That's the thing. I don't think he'll make it a fair fight. I think he'll go for the jugular, literally the jugular, and my knee. He'll try and take that out. So I think he'll do. But we can find that out. Here's a link for everyone. We can find that out potentially at FMT Live. Oh, Tony, you're such a good professional streamer who can talk and do links and that. And that's awful, by the way. But yeah, come and join us on the 7th of November, the day before FM23 is out. And we're going to go hanging out in Nottingham Canal House. We're going to do a 1-hour podcast record before the next show. There's a show on straight after us. We're going to do the show, then we're going to go downstairs, hang out in the bar. We'll have a bit of an FM meetup. There's loads of people from the community coming, so it's going to be great. Get to meet some of your favourite creators, get to put some names to faces, get to make some friends. And yeah, we're going to have a bit of a drink, have a bit of a social, and it's going to be cool. And then the next day, FM23 comes out, and that is also going to be fun. So get that in your diaries if you haven't already done so. Get in the diaries, get the tickets bought. There's still some tickets left. They are selling very well, actually. We're way over 50 tickets at the minute sold, so that's pretty great. So yeah, there's not really much more we can say about that. I'll be there, Rich will be there, there'll be some special guests there as well. The mad scientist is flying in from Denmark, if that helps. If that's going to help convince anybody to come to the show. Like, yeah, the mad scientist is flying in. So, Dave Goodge is going to be there, RDF's going to be there, Moz is going to be there. So, loads of people. It's going to be brilliant. Very much looking forward to it. It's going to be an excellent night. Who do I support? Asks Harry. It's a difficult one to answer that one, Harry. It used to be Aston Villa until Steven Gerrard turned up. At the minute, I think we'd probably say Sunderland. We'll go back to local affiliation and local support. So yeah, that's maybe where we'll go for. I hate the fact he's going to end up going to Newcastle. But yeah, what about yourself? Who's your team? There you go. Tyler Smith is interested in coming. He must be a backup player. Believe in yourself. You can be more than a backup. If you're going to come in and do less money than that, then that's fine. Notts County, excellent. I've always fancied a Notts County save on the game. Never quite got around to it, but they have been there in my thoughts. Going, Notts County would be good. Proper rebuild club. That'd be excellent. Yeah, how are you feeling about the coming season? Do you feel as though you got a good setup? Are you happy with everything there, or is it something that still is like, oh god, it's just that's what Notts County does? Let's just adjust that budget, get it done, get the goalkeeper in. So right, keeper's in now. So Tyler Smith's signed. He's not quite plug. Unfortunately, we have to let him go, but it's fine. Tyler Smith's in. Bazunu is still a reasonable backup, to be honest, but sadly Plug's on his way off, which is a shame. So never mind. We'll have to do the best we can with that one, to be honest. Shot stopper, which is good. Distributor for Bazuna, that's fine. Excellent. Loads of physical players, as you can see, loads of physical players, which is what we need in this squad for how we play. Top of the table. Top currently beat Wrexham 2 games ago, so we're all right. Excellent. The thing is, see, I like the idea of Wrexham, but at the same time, I'm going, I don't like the fact that they've just turned up with a load of money in the non-league. It's not really fair, is it? Like, Yeah, Plugs off to Newcastle. Go on then, go and join the fucking murderers. See if I care. Not happy. You went to Wrexham before it was cool. Exactly. Depression and anxiety with Man U, yeah. See, this is the thing. Like, if you're a Man United fan, then you can't really be that disappointed. Like, compared to other football fans in the world, it's a bit, yeah. It's like, oh, okay, so for the last 10 years, you haven't won a trophy. All right, fine. It's not the end of the world, is it? Really? Do we see the Paul Mullen interviewed by Rich Essien, the NFL pundit? I saw you post that up in the Discord, actually, Raju. I haven't watched it yet, but yes, I have definitely seen it. It's I'd imagine it's going to be worth a watch. So yeah, if you've not watched it yet, jump in the Discord and check it out. Quite a fall from grace. Well, yeah, you've fallen to be a Champions League team. It's not terrible, is it? It's not the worst in the world, is it? Notts County were the most depressing club to support in 2004. See, there you go. That's the thing right there, isn't it? That's the thing right there. That's when you go, things have gone bad, rather than like, oh yeah, we're not winning things anymore. Yeah, like they had the you haven't signed Sven-Goran Eriksson and Sol Campbell for no reason, and then they've left like a couple of days later. Yeah. Europa League again. There's teams would bend over backwards for any access to Europe. So, but I can understand though if that's the barometer, then fair enough. But again, that's just football in it in general. So, as a United fan, the only thing I can complain about is the owners who are genuinely dreadful. But other than that, take the challenge of football on the chin. See, there you go. That's the spirit, Kev. This is why we like the United City. He just perfect, isn't he? He knows what he's talking about. So if we have a quick look then at our squad, because obviously it has had to change ever so slightly. We thought Munto gave us money. Sol Campbell left after one game, which we lost to Lincoln, and Schmeichel and Sven both stayed the entire season. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy how that all happened. I don't even think you could explain it to somebody, like, unless they were sitting there going, and then this happened, and you go, what happened? No, surely not. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? One of those things. I think we might still need a left winger. Potentially. I think that he's going to have to go in there. Yeah, he can't really fit there, can he? Borges and Jed Spence could still work, so let's put Borges there for now. Jed Spence go there. Yeah, no, I think we could still do that. That still works. And then these players are going to leave. So, actually, no, we could even put... There's an idea. Could he go there? Would he work? He's a wide player. Yes, he would. Yeah, stick him out there. Stick him out wide. Won the air for the treble. That's depressing. Oof. Also won the league that year, so at least I witnessed the title. There you go. See, you've got everything. Got everything. Right, we're going to play. I tell you what, we don't normally play friendlies, but we'll have a little look at friendlies just to see how the team looks, because there's the sandwich, just ham. Still at Grasshoppers. Can we re-sign these players on loan? Yes, we can. Potentially. We could still maybe look to do it. So, if Nils Dam can still stay, that'll be excellent. No more than 2 domestic loan players. Oh, right. Now we've got to pick. Right, you know what? No, Nils Dam's the guy. You've got to keep him. Got to keep him. Then we'll try and just get a... we'll have to try and bring a left winger in from somewhere. Hopefully someone who's not very expensive. The big cheese. Do we bring the big cheese in? Ooh, it's tempting. It is tempting. It's only £1 million as well. James Smith's pretty cheap as well. Okay. This could be something for the next stream. Okay, that's interesting. The big cheese is potentially available. He's 6'4", by the way. Evening, Jebbaroo. How are you, buddy? in with the 20 months, and more importantly, in with the traitor shout. I'm sorry, Jebbaroo. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. You know that it's nothing personal. It's definitely not a thing that we've chosen to be like, all right, this is absolutely what's going to happen. Like, no, it was. Yeah, this is what he's like. This is what he's like, Kev. You know, he bullies me, but it's fine. I'm okay with it. But at the same time, I don't think I am. I think it upsets me. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine. Rangers went 1-0 up because of Steven Gerrard's hard work. They lost 7-1 because he doesn't work there anymore. Oh, I love that because Aston Villa have very rarely gone 1-0 up, so it's probably not true. Niels Dam has signed on loan, excellent, and Redmond's loan has been reconfirmed as well. So 2 Man City players re-signed for loans for the season. Jeberu, you'll have not seen it, but did not bottle a title in this same game. So very happy about that. Yeah, very happy, very excited. I know, I'm like a new man. So we have just lost our goalkeeper, mind, which is a bit of a shame. But we might lose what looks like our backroom staff at this point. So let's try and get them re-signed on contracts. Neil Adams. Oh dear. Yeah, I think all of the scouts are going to go. Jimmy's re-signed. Jimmy's a new scout. He'll stay. Yeah, I think everyone's really upset. I don't understand why they're all leaving. Like how? Like, this is the Premier League, lads. You can get your opportunities, right? Nah, they're not fussed. Signed Tonali, Mountain, now possibly Sesko for the same amount of money. Excellent. Was going to sign Gravenberch at Bournemouth. 100 million quid. Oof. You just bought Mbappe as a nomadic striker. Well, we've just signed Bargy, so we're all in there. We're all getting players. We've lost our goalkeeper to Newcastle, which I'm not happy about. We lost our chief scout to Newcastle, not happy about. But the club have given us a bigger scout budget, so it's one of those. Just press the wrong button. So it'll probably all be fine. It's only the Premier League. It's not like we're gonna do much in the Premier League anyway. So we're gonna struggle regardless. Did we see Barcelona versus Inter? No, unfortunately not. David, how did it finish? What was the final score? We won the title, David. That's what we've been doing over here tonight. So unfortunately, we didn't see Barcelona versus Inter. Another scout doesn't want to sign. He'll sign. They'll all sign. To be fair, it doesn't matter who signs and who doesn't, because we just we've only got this season and that's it. Liam Lynch, director of football, the fact that he's allowed these backroom staff to have no contracts, that's dreadful performance from a director of football, I think. Release players who are just League 1, League 2 level. They're not good enough for us. Doesn't matter. We're not going to be playing enough of the game to see how they develop in the future and to be like, actually, Jameson, you were wrong. These players were great. 3-3. Oof. Interesting result. Close eye to Mbappe's friends, doctors, nephews. God, no one's bought a paper from one of my signings, I think. Yeah. I think the closest I've ever got to Mbappe is that one of my players on the game has previously signed Mbappe. Possibly. Or maybe they bought a copy of FIFA once with him on the front cover. So I think that's probably where we are with this. Like when Mbappe turns 47, I might be able to get him as a scout, possibly. That'd be good. Alright, so players leaving. Pre-season training starting. Recruitment meeting. No point having a recruitment meeting now. We're done. We've got no money. We've spent it all. Did all that business at the start of the window. Got it all done. You know what I mean? Not faffing about now, worrying, trying to get players in. No, we did all that. Got it done before the other clubs started jacking the prices up. But, you know, it's nice to have a meeting this time, I suppose, isn't it? Going, oh, have you considered this player? No. We should just left the meeting and be like, no, it's fine, lads. We've already sorted it. Move on. Like, I'm sure they're all great players and that, and you know they've spent a lot of time now thinking about this. You know, going out and actually looking at players this time rather than just coming to the table and being like, we've not got anybody. You know, at least they've actually brought something to the table now. There you go, all sorted. Let's see what's next. Continue. Stuart Parker's come on trial. Let's have a look at him, see what he's saying, shall we? Leading Premier Division midfielder. Okay, excellent. Welcome in, Dead Fools Cats. How are you? Welcome. Appreciate the raid. Very kind to have you in. Hope live stream well. How's the stream? Stuart Parker looks all right, actually. Former Man City midfielder. In you come, 6'1". Nah, you can't. We haven't got enough money. Have we? Can we get you in? How is it you want? Oh, there you go. Reset. 16 grand. In you come. Get yourself through. Sushek, Calvin Phillips, Mendy, Casemiro, Samaximan, Travis, Stuart Parker, who we've just had a look at there. Ivan Toney's been released. 34-year-old Ivan Toney. Ooh. Casale, also gone. Salford in the Champions League. Nice. That's very good. That's very good. Do we have a look at 34-year-old Calvin Phillips? Not sure. How much would that cost? I know we're saying that this player's expensive. Nah, there you go. He's not bothered. Good. Right. Who cares about Calvin Phillips then? Not me, that's for certain. Yeah, yeah. Once the game starts, you've got your eyes peeled on the other scores. Don't worry, Jimmy. We've got you. We've got you for that one. We might have to be quick with the games. We might play our first friendly, and then we'll have to lock it down for when we'll be streaming next. It's be Monday next, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to be changing up the streaming schedule as well a little bit going forward. Obviously, with the FM show out on a Wednesday, we probably going to stream maybe stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, possibly. This week, obviously, is going to be busy because we've got FM playoffs tomorrow. So there's the FM playoffs draft tomorrow night. Then there's the FM playoffs draft and crafts on Friday, and then nothing on Saturday actually. But Sunday is the actual FM playoffs itself. So do make sure you follow the FM playoffs account. Of course, you've got the United City in the chat. Kev's going to be on the panel. Jeb Baru's in the chat. He's going to be part of Drafts and Crafts. He's part of our team as well. He's obviously the host for the Path to Playoffs. So it's a stacked lineup. Got contestants. In fact, let's go through the contestants for those people who aren't entirely sure who's in or maybe hasn't been told before. Because it's very, very good. It's very good indeed. So the lineup is AJNRK, Zimsmuller, Grimmy, Wickdiv, McKins, The Mad Scientist, Alistair, Tim Lewis, FM Girl, Hood Gaming, who's the current champ, Work the Space, and Kevy 7 times Lelujo. So that is a pretty stacked card, I think. for the final FM playoffs of FM22. So very much looking forward to that. So that's going to be awesome. So if you can join us over the weekend, please do. I think you're going to enjoy it. To be honest, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of drama kicking about. So yeah, do make yourselves seen. Do make yourselves heard. Do come and hang out. And do, of course, get involved on Twitter, because a lot of it is going to be people getting angry over on Twitter, and that's going to make it really fun. Yeah, Lelujo is like, we're so happy to get him and Jack in. Parker's gone to Sunderland. Oh, we've missed out on him. A little bit too much money. We offered him 16 grand. He's accepted 34. That makes sense. When is it? It's this weekend, Dead Fool's Cats. So Thursday for the draft. So that's tomorrow, and Sunday for the actual tournament itself. So no excuses not to be part of it. I've spoken to a few of the competitors. They all seem to be ultra confident. They're going to be win it all. Many are going to be very sad come Sunday evening. There you go. Yeah. There. United City out breaking hearts already by telling everyone that not everyone can win it. It's the only way they'll learn. So they've got to be told. They've got to be told, because if they're going around thinking that they can all win it, then they don't understand maths. So they have to know. In my world, they're all winners. Oh yeah. In your world, absolutely. But I think that some of them are also going to be losers, and I just think it's going to be fun. I just think it's going to be fun seeing how they get on. It's going to be some great matches, great drama. Stinger is notable by his absence. He's obviously someone who likes a bit of a draft. Apparently didn't qualify this year, so weird. See how he gets on next year. Maybe he might be back. Stinger, yeah, he's a new lad, I think. Kev, he tries a lot. Anyway, he does a lot of drafts. He's not very good at them when it gets to the finals, but I think it's almost like he just gets bored. Like he's been at the computer too long, then he has to go make his tea. So he's just like, oh well, best go now. The grumpy Twitter fella, that's the one. I think that's the most mean thing I've ever seen Kev type. The grumpy Twitter fella. Bless you. Of course, Kev is our resident heel on the panel as well. He was mean to you. Kev. Oof. Tell you what. If he was mean to you, then we'll all round him up, right? We're all going to stand there and point fingers at him and go, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't do that to him. Not to the United City, you don't. Evening, Nerd Herder. How are you? Welcome. Hope you're well. Pleasure having you in, mate. Hope that's good. Have we still got any money left? We haven't really, have we? £2.8 million. It's not lots of money in this game. Not lots. Tony Moyer. He's not out of contract, is he? Oh, that's what I want. Expiring 1 month. Or expired, maybe? They were expired. That's what. So Will Alves. Nah. Officially beaten both Paris Saint-Germain and City in the Champions League group in the Gladbach run. Excellent. Big fan of that. Technically, he was calling all the panel out, but I really knew he meant just me. Kev. He would never call you out. Never call you out, because you know that we'd all get him. You know, we'd all pile on. I mean, you know, we take it in turns. Obviously, like, you know, I'd be near the end once he's tired, and didn't, he couldn't fight back anymore, then I'd join in. But until that point, I'd let everyone else go and do it. But yeah, we've got your back. We've got your back. All right, let's have a quick little look and see how this team looks in pre-season. Some of the new players are in. Some of the new players are not. Basically, the new player who isn't is George Bello, who's on international duty. But Bargie's in. Karaman is in. Tyler Smith, is in goal. So, and of course, Di Matteo is going to play as well. So, it'll be interesting to see how the team looks in this shape. We don't normally play, as I say, we don't normally play pre-season, but figure why not? We've had not many matches to watch tonight, so might as well see some, right? Play Sturm Graz. Watch this. See if everyone fits in the 4-4-2 that we hope they will. And maybe Karaman might not fully fit in the in that winger role, so we might have to think about something for him. Di Matteo, do we bring him from the 92-93 database? Oh, it's Bargie. Bargie gets in on the action straight away. So there we go. So whoever recommended him, I think we had a little look at him anyway, but what a finish. 9 million quid. There we go. The Onion. It's like watching Brazil. It is, Kev. Absolutely. And not Brazil in when Dunga took charge either. That was Brazil. That was Brazil. Di Matteo starting to tire already. And we give him another 15 minutes maybe. Oh, he's injured. Oof. Well, that's not good. Why has he gone and got himself injured? Daft bugger. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even this is England. How are you? Welcome. Hope you're well. Nice to have you in. Hope I was treating you good. What we got now? Slight change. We've moved Karaman over to the right as well. See if Bargie works on the left. Because we had a bit of success last season with a left winger playing on the inverted winger on the right. So we'll see is it Stephen Graham. If it's not Stephen Graham, then Stephen Graham will later be in the stream as a Scouse cop, Jebaru, as we discussed last week, I think. So it's the only way the stream can get better is if there's a Scouse cop involved, apparently. So Redmond into Karaman, pulls it back for Ferguson. There's Ida. 2-0. This is it. This is what we're talking about. This is Norwich. Am I on the playoffs tomorrow? I am indeed. I'm hosting the playoffs draft tomorrow night, and then we'll be hosting the actual playoffs itself on the Sunday. So yeah, feel free to come and hang out with us. It'll be good fun. Jebaru is going to be in Drafts and Crafts. Jebaru is going to be behind the scenes directing, shouting in my ear, telling me I'm doing things wrong or telling me to do things better, offering a line of encouragement as well, which is going to be nice. So yeah, good lineup, good card, good panel, going to be great. You're helping the Mad Scientist. Excellent. Big fan of the fact that Mad Scientist is getting some help, because we all said, and we were wrong. We all said that he was a fool, quite frankly, with his drafting last time. But it worked. We were looking, scratching our heads at it, going, this doesn't work. But no, it did work. He got what he needed. He got into the finals, and I hope he does well. So it'll be interesting to see how it gets on. He's using your tactics. All right. Oh, good ball down the line. See, not many people. I suppose like this is the thing. It's like it's becoming more commonplace now, and to have a backroom staff essentially when it comes to drafting. So the winner of the draft is not necessarily the winner of the draft. It's more just whoever's the best puppet. 6-0-4. Yeah, we saw that. It's an interesting formation you've got. Very interesting. It looks like something that I've sort of tried before, or at least had the idea in my head going, I wonder if this would work. Like, it feels like that sort of tactic, and it's great that it seems to be getting a result for you. So yeah, we're going to be interested to see how he pushes on with it, and hopefully he can do it again in the playoffs this weekend. So if he gets a good draft in and starts well, this is the thing with the playoffs. You've got to start well. If you struggle your first couple of games, then Kevin Jebru in the chat, they'll be able to back me up here. Gets a bit tricky if you're looking at game 3 and you haven't won yet. It's really, really tricky. So, all about momentum. Absolutely, Kev. Morale manager is a thing. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'll never back you up. I mean, there is that as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you beat Sweet Left Foot in the first game. You did, absolutely, you did. I mean, it's again, which is fantastic. I mean, the only thing that we would say with that is that, Mike obviously hadn't played for the game for a few months, I suppose, but you only beat what's put in front of you, and you're right, you absolutely went out and got it. So I think it's going to depend upon the draft in the first instance. Who do you get? Do you get the players that you want? Looking at the pool, is the pool the sort of pool that you like? And after that, you're then drafting to a system, and does the system work? And it's a lottery. It's a lottery. What works one week might not necessarily work the next week, because you've got different players, different pools, different tactics to play against. So that's what makes it exciting. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we get on with it. So it should be fun. We're not going Lewandowski this time. Yeah, I think there's a lot of plans, a lot of preparation. I think people are putting more work into it now. So we'll see if that work pays off, I guess. To be honest, some of the managers put more work in than the pundits do, and it's myself included, really. To be honest, I'm going to bring the big cheese in. The big cheese is coming. Kane and Dewsbury Hall. Look at that. Currently playing for Bochum. Cinder Lozeth. He looks good, doesn't he? He looks very good. We're outside of our transfer budget, unfortunately. Right, let's see if we can get the big cheese in. Spanless is supposed to do work. No, not you, Kev. Not you. Everyone else has to. We've worked it so that you don't have to. You're just the eye candy. You just sit there looking pretty. Sai Maggio, on the other hand, there's a man that's got to do work. And if he doesn't, what's he here for? What's he here for? Llama. Llama's clearly brought in to graft. Surely, I think Julian Nagelsmann's just taken the Everton job. So, okay, fair enough. Lama's the bad guy. Well, this is the thing. Is it going to be Lama the bad guy? Is it going to be Sairaggio? Like, who's who? Who's going to be doing what? This is what's going to be interesting. Sai wouldn't say if he was here on tomorrow. Yeah. Well, we don't know. We don't know whether he's going to be on the draft or what, because he's got a few bits and pieces he might do, but we'll get a panel put together. I think there's an air of mystique as well about some of it as well, which is pretty good. So you don't quite know who's going to be what. We've got a pool of panelists for this weekend, so we'll chuck them all out. Say, right, some of you will be on one night, some of you will be on the next night. no one really knows who's on where, so makes it a bit exciting. Right, ball's cleared all the way up Hargreaves to Dam. Pulls it back. Di Matteo. Here's Karaman. Back post. Oof, bit overhit. Redmond's not going to get there, is he? Nope. He's going to let Goodman run. Good tracking back. That's what we like. Bello picks it up, launches it. There's Ida. That'll do. Excellent. Puts us off on the good foot. I know it's only, was it Casapia? Never heard of them. But, you know. You've just heard the beat is supposed to drop next week. I don't know about that. That feels very early. If the game's not out till the 8th of November, I think next week's probably not beta week. But that's just from my hunch. Ferguson, again, no idea. I guess it's that thing of it'll drop when it drops. That's what she said. But you know, it's all exciting. It's all very exciting. I've got a proper FM23 bug right now. Like I'm ready to go. I want to get in on it. I want to, you know, see what it's all about. I'll be sad to leave Norwich City and leave this save, but you know, we'll see what happens. Like we did the podcast today, talking about our love letters to FM22. So we are sad to be leaving this, but excited for FM23. It could be a show again, then drop after. In what sense? Sorry, the way I work, they're literally the only person who will know when the beta drops is Miles. He makes a random call about it, then he thinks it's ready. Yeah, 100%. He's got like, there's like a button. It's like a button, do you know what I mean? Like, just say, right, okay, now's the time to go. Yeah, right, yeah, it's going. We're dropping it now. Like, everyone into work. So, oh yeah, stand down, Jimmy. These are just friendlies. You've done cracking work tonight. We're gonna have this match, and then we're gonna go and do a raid. So I think you've absolutely earned your stripes in the community. You've come in and you've been the MVP tonight of the chat. To be honest, Jimmy, you've come in and you've given it absolutely everything, and you've bought into how we work on stream as well. So as I say, huge love to Jimmy tonight. You know, scout, both in terms of players, opposition, keeping his eyes out on results. These are all friendlies as well, so none of this really... We'd be wasting your talents, Jimmy, to be honest, having you keep your eye out on a result in a friendly that's not going to really sort of make too much of a difference to anybody's outcome. Oh, there you go. Just about got it cleared. Let's switch a couple of bits around, shall we? Just let some players get a bit of a... Oh, nice goal. What's that? 3-1 now? Okay, it's fine. We can do that. Everyone just moved out of the way. Terrible defending. You thought they'd have at least tried it, but no. Apparently not. Ball's cleared away, is it? Yeah, cleared. Long gone. I think they've scored. Yeah, 3-1. It's 3-1. It was from the corner. We saw it as it went in. FM23, I think in FM23 the 4-4-2 will be OP because if the system they talk about is correct, it'll get loads of counters. I mean, it's speculation, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know if it will be. I don't know if 4-4-2 is going to be OP. I don't know if there's going to be a counter attack going to be OP, but who knows? There's going to be something's going to work and something's not going to work, and someone's going to fix it and someone's going to struggle with it. Like, you know, it just is what it is at the end of the day. Like, it's just a game to have fun with, and hopefully it's going to be fine. And if there's no issues with it, brilliant. If there's a few bugs with it, then they'll fix them. But I think hopefully it'll all be good, and everyone will have a lovely time playing it. Right, we will be back to do the start of the season, the Premier League next time. That's what we're going to be doing. It's probably going to be next week, I'd imagine, by the time we actually get around to doing that, because of, let's say, the playoffs. So do keep your eyes on all that. We're going to probably send a raid over there now, so go and hang out with Gavin Brash. He's been on for a while. He might be on for a little bit longer. He's currently managing Norwich, so go and give him some love. And we'll see you all later on in the week. Take it easy. We will speak to you soon. All the best. Bye now.
Don't do us dirty like that. The place that has housed you for so long. Can't do us dirty like that. Jesus. Let's go. Tony, thank you so much for the raid, mate. Massively appreciated. Give Tony a shout out. Massively appreciate the raid, Tony, and the follow. How was I'll wait for